So today I am going to be talking about ingredients, as you could tell from the title. Ingredients in the cosmetic industry is something that is very shady. You need to dive into a deep world to kind of try to understand what is in the products, what certain things mean, such as comedogenic, non-comedogenic, all those other things, which I'm gonna briefly touch, but it's a really deep topic, as I was saying, and there's a lot of ingredients to go through for different reasons. So what I'm actually doing right now is I am compiling a skincare book about ingredients. It will be available for download, hopefully by November. What I want to do is I want to share my knowledge with you that I have. So some background is that I am a graduate from a chemical lab tech program that I focused on chemistry, biology, pharmaceuticals, microbiology, like all the chemistry and bio courses that you could think of. And then throughout it, I realized I always had a thing for cosmetics and skincare. Like I love doing it. My first job was at Shoppers Drug Mart as a cosmetician, which is when I really started delving into makeup when I was in high school. And I was just breaking out all the time, and I always had acne, and it was this continuous cycle. I would have acne, I would cover it with makeup, and then it would get bad, so I need more makeup, and it's a self-fulfilling cycle. Then when I went to college, when I started learning about products, I was like, wait a minute, there's like, I remember the exact moment actually. I was in biology, and we were talking about molecule sizes, and we were talking about salt, which is sodium chloride. And we were talking about how big of a molecule it is. And that made me think, I noticed that sodium chloride is in a lot of foundations. It's in a lot of products, actually. So I started looking into it, and that's when I discovered the comedogenic scale. And comedogenic just means the likeliness of an ingredient to clog your pores, which therefore causes acne. So there's a scale ranging from 1 to 5. Anything 3 or higher is pretty much guaranteed to break you out. So they recommend to stay away from. 3s can go either way. And 1s and 2s are completely safe. So for instance, a 3 would be jojoba oil. It mimics our skin's sebum, which, as you know, that also breaks us out sometimes too. Which is why sometimes you want to have oil control and stuff like that, because too much sebum and it will clog your pores. Well, jojoba oil is good because it mimics that, so it stops your skin from producing more oil. But given that it's a 3, it could also still break you out. It might not, but it also might. For me, when I used any products that had a jojoba oil in it, unfortunately, I did break out. I was really disappointed because it's really good for acne scarring. But unfortunately, if it causes acne, then it's like, what's the point? Then there's other things that are 5s, like potassium chloride, sodium chloride. One of them is a 4, one of them is a 5. I don't remember which one is which, but either way, they're both really bad. That's pretty much a guaranteed breakout waiting to happen. And that had proven to be true because I tried a bunch of foundations that had really good reviews on Sephora, like the Tarte Amazonian Clay, Fenty Beauty, just all these ones, Estee Lauder, the Double Wear. They had such good reviews and they have perfect coverage, and I wore them for photo shoots sometimes, and I was obsessed with my skin. Like I just loved it. Like it never looked so good. But then after, the aftermath was just a nightmare. Like just acne everywhere, and it was deep. It was like, it looked like hormonal acne and cystic acne. But it wasn't. And that's the thing. I had so many people say, oh no, it's hormonal. Look at how deep and how under the skin it is. But it was only every single time I wore these certain products. So, which as a woman, I mean, I thought, yeah, hormonal, that completely makes sense. But it didn't follow any type of cycle, and it only happened when I wore those specific foundations, and that seemed really odd to me. So then I started using products without sodium chloride, without potassium chloride. Another big one is ethyl hexyl palmitate. That I think is also a 5, which is also in a lot of foundations and creams and stuff like that. So I stayed away from that. And also polyglycerol 3-diosterate. That's also a big one. That's the one that's in Double Wear. Double Wear has that, unfortunately. Other than that, if they took that out of Double Wear, perfect foundation as long as you wash it all off. Perfect foundation. Same with Fenty. Remove the sodium chloride, everything else, good. The Tarte Amazonian Clay has sodium chloride and potassium chloride in it. Not good. Remove those, perfect foundation. Another thing that causes a lot of acne is algae. A lot of products have algae in it. I used to love Biotherm, but Biotherm has plankton and algae and all this other marine stuff in it, which if you have dry skin or just not acne prone skin, it's wonderful for your skin. It does a lot of good things. But if you're acne prone, it's just gonna destroy your face. And what makes me really upset is that a lot of products that are apparently made to cater to acne prone skin, like, oh, this will help your acne, whatever, and then it has algae in it. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense, because they just look for something that's a fad or something new that people don't really research, and the next thing you know, that's what happens, is that you just end up breaking out completely, because you obviously you kind of put trust into these companies, and if they're advertising something like, oh, it's for acne, you're gonna assume that it's for acne, and you're not really gonna have that curiosity to dig further per se. But you have to, unfortunately. You do have to dig deeper, because this is your skin and you spend a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of frustration, and you know, it's your self-esteem sometimes. You need to look into it. And I've spent a lot of time looking into it, and that's why I want to share it with you. So as I said, fragrance is an irritant, but also it will cause little bumps along the way too, because it's irritating. So it's not like comedogenic acne, but it's still blemishes and acne. So also stay away from fragrance. And then the number one thing is, just because something says it's not comedogenic, it doesn't mean that it actually is. So you'll see a product that says non-comedogenic, like Kate Somerville is guilty of this, and I've seen a couple other people, but I can't name it off the top of my head. But I know Kate Somerville is, and a lot of her stuff is non-comedogenic. You look in the ingredients list: sodium chloride, ethyl hexylpalmitate, two of the most comedogenic ingredients, and then on the label says non-comedogenic. So basically, lies. It's a label that you pay for. But other than that, the test for like comedogenic is they take the skin of a normal person, not an acne prone person, a normal person. They put the product on their back, not their face, on their back. I don't know about you, but I use lotion on my body that has all these other ingredients in it, and I don't break it on my body. But my face, if I put what I put on my body on my face, it would be a nightmare. So they test the product on your back, where you really don't break out, anything like that. And again, as a normal person, not an acne prone person, the person doesn't break it on their back, perfect, non-comedogenic. That's what that is. That's the test that they do. But to me, that just baffles my mind. It just shows how much of a money grab that it is. So you do not trust non-comedogenic. That doesn't mean anything, okay? And the other thing is, natural doesn't mean anything either. A lot of natural ingredients actually do break you out, because a lot of them are oil-based or emulsifiers that often have too big of molecule sizes for our skin. So a lot of natural products actually will break you out. So just because it's natural does not mean that it is non-comedogenic. So as I said, other than the top ones like polyglycerol 3-diostearate, ethyl hexylpalmitate, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, and algae, there is a whole ton other along the spectrum that I will be releasing later on into my handbook. So keep posted for that. Like I said, I don't have enough time to go into all of it. It would be a million YouTube videos trying to explain it all. And no one has time for that, and you don't want to watch that, and you're not going to remember it. It's hard for me to remember. Like, I still have notes on my phone that I look at when I'm out and I'm shopping. So this will be a guide that will be available in PDF when it comes out, that you can have on your laptop, you can have on your phone, and then if you're out somewhere, you can quick search it and figure it out. And I'll also include common products that do have these ingredients in it. Like I said, like the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, the Fenty Beauty Foundation, I'll include those as well, just so that you already know, like, oh, okay, that one's not okay for me because I have acne prone skin. And just because something's not okay for acne prone skin doesn't mean it's not a good product. Half of them are amazing products. Just unfortunately, because of those ingredients that are added into it, not all of us can use it. And that's something that's really sucked for me and that I'm still trying to get over because it really does hurt. Like the Fenty foundation looks so beautiful and it's such a cult favorite right now, but I can't do that to my skin. So there is a lot of FOMO too, but yeah. So that's coming soon, and I hope you maybe learned a little bit from this video and have a little more clear understanding of ingredients, and you can do a little bit more research yourself when you're looking at products. So thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another one soon. Please like and subscribe if you liked this video, because I want to post more frequently. I am holding myself accountable to that. I want to share knowledge. I want to share products I like. I want to share looks. I want to share all of that with you. So, as I said, please subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.